Who might be the Democratic nominee in lieu of Biden? Growing skepticism over US President Joe Biden's capacity to win the November election has put him and the White House on the defense for several days. Though Mr. Biden has stated he will run, questions have been raised about who could replace him on the presidential ticket due to the ongoing, now public, discussion about how to keep the Democrats in charge of the White House. There seems to be an increasing amount of public enthusiasm for Kamala Harris, Mr. Biden's vice president. There have been suggestions for other names. Here are 5 potential successors for Joe Biden should he decide to resign down. Kamala Harris, vice president. A clear and gainingly favored choice to succeed Mr. Biden is Vice President Kamala Harris, who is currently on the ticket. Since the Supreme Court reversed Roe v. Wade, she has served as the face of the administration's effort to defend reproductive rights in her capacity as vice president. Ms. Harris vehemently defended the president's debate performance and demonstrated her loyalty as an ally. She acknowledged the president's slow start following the event, but she said he went on to offer more insightful responses than Trump. Days after the debate, Ms. Harris reaffirmed her support for Mr. Biden as worries about the president's ability to maintain his position at the top of the ticket intensified. "All right, our nominee is Joe Biden. We have already defeated Trump once, and we will do so again," she declared on Tuesday. "Being Joe Biden's running mate makes me proud." Being vice president gives Ms. Harris a significant name recognition, but throughout her term in office, she has suffered with poor approval ratings. 538 tracks polling averages and finds that 49% of Americans disapprove of Ms. Harris and 39% approve. When Ms. Harris opposes Trump's choice for vice president, she will also get a prime-time moment that might put her ahead of the field of prospective presidential candidates. A vice presidential debate is slated to take place in August, prior to the Democratic National Convention on CBS, the BBC's US media partner. Governor Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan, 2-term governor of Michigan. Gretchen Whitmer is a rising star among Democrats in the Midwest, who many analysts predict could seek the presidency in 2028. She has openly expressed her political ambitions and previously participated in Mr. Biden's campaign. She expressed her desire to see a Generation X president in 2028 in an interview with the New York Times, but she refrained from speculating about who would hold that office. Under her leadership, the Michigan Democrats managed to seize control of both the state legislature and the governor's palace in 2022. Her ability to wield political power gave her the ability to adopt gun safety regulations and safeguard Michigan's access to abortion services, among other progressive legislation. Governor Gavin Newsom of California. One of the most ferocious surrogates for the Biden administration is California Governor Gavin Newsom. He praises Mr. Biden on cable news networks on a regular basis. However, Mr. Newsom has personal political goals. Although he is frequently mentioned as a potential 2028 contender, some Democratic analysts have stated that he would make a compelling replacement for Mr. Biden. In addition to his role as a primary party spokesperson on conservative media, Mr. Newsom gained national attention last year when he engaged in a debate with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Pete Buttigieg, the Secretary of Transportation, has no secret ambitions to become president. He was a presidential candidate in 2020 and is regarded as one of the most effective communicators in the Biden administration. As Transportation Secretary, Mr. Buttigieg oversaw several major public crises. In 2022, he was involved in the government's response to the derailment of the East Palestine train, the collapse of the Baltimore Bridge, and the scheduling issue of Southwest Airlines. Governor Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania. Since his election in 2022, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro has had a high level of public support. This is a swing state that President Trump barely won in 2016. During his term, the governor, who was the state's attorney general before, has collaborated with both political parties. Last year, he gained national attention for his speedy reconstruction of a collapsed bridge on a vital Philadelphia highway, which was a significant political win for a first-term governor. Many praised the prompt restoration as the ideal infrastructure talking point for a prospective 2028 presidential contender. Governor J.B. Pritzker of Illinois. The governor of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker, gained notoriety in the past few years by criticizing Trump and standing up for Joe Biden. The billionaire entrepreneur, who is the hotel chain's heir, is eager to criticize Trump on social media. He referred to Trump as a liar and said that he is a 34-count convicted felon who cares only about himself during the debate. Similar to Miss Whitmer, Mr. Pritzker has a history of completing agenda items on progressive Democrats' lists of things to do, including gun control and abortion rights. Other potential applicants? The Democratic Party has established a broad pool of prospective future presidential candidates. Therefore, the list of potential nominees goes beyond these specific Democrats. Since his re-election last year, Democratic Governor of Kentucky, Andy Beshear, who has served 2 terms in office in a strongly conservative state, has drawn increasing national attention. Following the collapse of Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge in recent months, Maryland Governor Wes Moore has found himself in the public eye. Since Senators Amy Klobuchar and Cory Booker are well known among Democrats and have already made presidential runs, they are frequently brought up. One possible candidate for Mr. Biden has also been identified as Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock, who emerged victorious in a hotly contested Senate campaign in a swing state. According to a Reuters Ipsos survey published on Tuesday, Michelle Obama is the only candidate who could defeat Trump in November. Even though the former First Lady has stated time and time again that she has no desire to become president. Comment below with your thoughts. Get our channel subscribed.